Yasna had sent Shallan to fetch, and then read, a copy of Dialogues, a famous historical work on political theory. However, this was also the room that contained Shadows Remembered, the book Yasna was reading when the king had visited. Shallan had later looked it up in the index. It might have been reshelved by now. Suddenly curious, Shallan counted off the rows. She stepped in and counted shelves inward. Near the middle and at the bottom, she found a thin red volume with a red hogsehide cover. Shadows Remembered. Shallan set her lantern on the ground and slipped the book free, feeling furtive as she flipped through the pages. She was confused by what she discovered. She hadn't realized this was a book of children's stories. There was no undertext commentary, just a collection of tales. Shallan sat down on the floor, reading through the first one. It was the story of a child who wandered away from his home at night and was chased by void-bringers until he hid in a cavern beside a lake. He whittled a piece of wood into a roughly human shape and sent it floating across the lake, fooling the creatures into attacking and eating it instead. Shallan didn't have much time. Yasna would grow suspicious if she remained down here too long, but she skimmed the rest of the stories. They were all of a similar style, ghost stories about spirits or void-bringers. The only commentary was at the back, explaining that the author had been curious about the folk tales told by common dark eyes. She had spent years collecting and recording them. Shadows Remembered, Shallan thought, would have been better off forgotten. This was what Yasna had been reading? Shallan had expected Shadows Remembered to be some kind of deep philosophical discussion of a hidden historical murder. Yasna was a Veristitalian. She constructed the truth of what happened in the past. What kind of truth could she find in stories told to frighten, disobedient, dark-eyed children? Shallan slid the volume back in place and hurried on her way. A short time later, Shallan returned to the alcove